Co-Chair Glenn, you can begin.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. The board meeting of the Gateway Development Commission is now called to order. Today we are holding a public meeting of the Gateway Development Commission's Board of Commissioners. And due to scheduling availability of commissioners and the need to advance key commission business in a timely fashion, today's meeting is being held virtually via teleconference with audio being live streamed from the Gateway Program website. The Commission is continuing to solicit comments from the public for today's virtual meeting, and a form for soliciting these comments is also posted on the Gateway Program website for those who wish to submit a comment for today's meeting. Acting Secretary Caulfield, may I ask you to conduct the roll call and report on the public notice for today's meeting?
Thank you. Co-Chair Glenn?
Here.
Co-Chair Graywall-Verk?
Here.
Vice Chair Kosha?
Here.
Commissioner Barbas?
Here.
Commissioner Bauer?
Here.
Commissioners Dominguez and Zarro are absent from today's meeting. We have a quorum. Adequate notice of today's regular public meeting of the Board of Commissioners of the Gateway Development Commission has been provided in accordance with the Commission's enabling legislation. The agenda and public documents pertaining to the board meeting have been made publicly available on the Gateway Program's website. Notice of the meeting was posted to the website 5 business days before the meeting, and public notice of the time and place of the meeting was provided to appropriate media outlets. A video recording of this meeting will be posted on the Gateway Program website.
So before we turn to the Gateway Program update, the next item on today's agenda is a report on the minutes of the July 19th, 2022 meeting of the board. I will now turn to Mr. Caulfield for a report on the minutes of that meeting.
Copies of the minutes of the meeting of July 19th, 2022 were delivered in electronic form by myself to the governors of New York and New Jersey on July 27th, 2022. The time for action by the governors of New York and New Jersey expired at midnight on August 11th, 2022, at which time actions recorded in the minutes went into full force and effect.
Thank you so much. So we will now turn to Chris Calori for an update on the Gateway Program. Chris? Hopefully we will be joined by Chris for an update on the Gateway Program. There we go. And it should be up.
Can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Co-Chair Glenn. I want to again thank each and every one of you for your involvement and commitment to the GDC mission. In the last 60 days, we've all committed to advancing three principal objectives. One, to stand up GDC. Two, do what we can to begin the process of making GDC eligible for federal funds. Three, develop a transparent, realistic, and conservative cost estimate and schedule. I'm pleased to report that we have made progress on all three fronts. First, as all of you were briefed a few weeks ago, we have revised our cost estimate. There are two things that are of note. One is we have a real opportunity to mitigate that number. As Senator Schumer said at the RPA meeting several months ago, that with Fed-State partnership, we have an opportunity to mitigate it, and other federal programs that are available. Second, this program that we've developed, the cost and schedule, have a very healthy contingency built in them, and that is of note. And on the right-hand side, you see our updated schedule. Today, I am so pleased to say that we are making our very first milestone progress. You are going to consider a resolution that will make GDC the project sponsor of the Hudson project. This is an incredibly meaningful and first step towards making sure we get federal funding and that we're eligible to get federal funding. I want to just take a second to thank Rick Cotton, the Chairman O'Toole, and the Port Authority for all the work they did to make sure that we got through the EIS and the record of decision process. We will now, should you approve this resolution, work with our partners at Amtrak, at New Jersey Transit, and our federal partners to make sure we start the process of formalizing this sponsorship resolution that you will consider. The next step we committed to is to operationalize GDC. With the support of many partners over the last several years, the GDC was able to function. The short-term budget that you have in front of you today will help us become operational. More importantly, though, this is going to be a reflection of our collective commitment to make sure GDC becomes an independent organization. As a general matter, the budget proposal that you're going to consider today is going to ensure and demonstrate to the federal government that we are building our legal, financial, and technical capacities. And I want to sort of caveat that by perhaps even amplify that by saying that this budget that you're going to consider is now going to become, once you pass the sponsorship resolution, will make sure that we can apply for reimbursement for all these expenditures you see in the budget to the federal government at the right time. Another important milestone for us today is to make sure that the financial plan that was submitted to the federal government last year, in which there were 3 RIF loan applications, that they are, those RIF loan applications, by the way, were submitted to ensure that the local share is met. Working with my colleague Frank Saker and others, we are now going to enter into a formal process with the Build America Bureau, where they'll do a credit risk worthiness assessment, and this fees that you will consider today is not only included in the budget that you'll approve, but it is statutorily mandated, and I just wanted to make sure I note that. But between this, the sponsorship, and the operationalizing GDC, these are significant milestones for the organizations. Let me conclude by just giving you a quick overview of the activities that we are undertaking. All of you know that we're working with our partners to essentially establish a framework and an architecture, if you will, for the project delivery of the Hudson Tunnel project. A component of that project development agreement is also going to stipulate the cost allocation among partners and how issues like cost overruns, design reviews, all those things and how they'll be handled will also be included. We are working as hard as we know how to make sure that we come to a meaningful draft by the fall of this year. After the cost estimate process finished before Labor Day, we're going to take those materials now and take it into the risk assessment phase of the process, which will eventually get us to an entry into engineering, which is, again, another milestone that we look forward to briefing you on. The process of becoming grant eligible is a long and cumbersome one, but it's an important process that we have started. And once you consider and should you approve the operational budget, that kicks off that process. That will take several months, but that is an important process that we have to undertake in order to become eligible. Again, should you consider and approve the Build America Bureau fees that we are requesting, that will then formally start our Build America Bureau process for the RIF loans. The last thing I'll say is that we have always said to you, commissioners, that we think there's a meaningful opportunity to look at all the packages that are in the Hudson Tunnel project to see if there's any projects that we can start early. We wanted to do this for purposes of efficiency, to see if there's any cost savings, and potentially even explore any schedule savings. That work continues, and we look forward to reporting back to you shortly. Let me finally say, These last 58, 57 days have been incredibly rewarding, but I want to make sure that commissioners, you know, that my colleagues, a small group of people, have been working tirelessly, regardless of family commitments, regardless of health issues, to try and make sure we present to you a progress report that is meaningful, that is measurable, and that is achievable. And we're so honored to have this team who are committed beyond belief to this project and to this program. So today you're going to consider 4 action items and I'm happy to answer any questions you may have. With that, Co-Chair Glenn, I conclude my report. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris, for the update, and I do want to also just echo again, it's been an extraordinarily packed 2 months, and I know that people have been working very hard, and I think there's clearly just unbelievable demonstrable progress on the project, and I think that we all feel very good about where we are and are obviously pledging all the necessary resources from the commissioners, and I know that you and your team are doing an unbelievable job, especially in the dead of summer, so we do appreciate that. Are there other questions or comments from any of the other commissioners? I'm not seeing any, but Ed, you are also...
None here. It's Tony Kosha.
Tony, sorry. Do you have any questions or comments?
Nope, just letting you know I don't have any.
Terrific. Okay, so if there are no other commissioners who would have any questions for Chris or comments, then I would suggest that we move on to the public comments section of the meeting. So prior to voting on today's action items, I want to note for the record that the Commission has solicited comments from the public in advance of and during today's virtual meeting. Mr. Caulfield, in his role as Acting Board Secretary, will now list those individuals and organizations that have submitted comments to the Commission.
Thank you, Co-Chair Glenn. A form for soliciting public comments was posted on the GDC website and was available throughout today's meeting. Comments received by 5 p.m. on Monday, September 12th, 2022, of which there are 4, have been distributed to the board and posted on the Gateway Program website in advance of today's meeting. The first comment is from Michael Eggington on behalf of the New Jersey Chamber of Commerce. The second comment is from Sophie Capello on behalf of Regional Plan Association. The third comment is from Laura Colacurcio on behalf of Association for a Better New York. And the fourth comment is from Joseph Clift. Any comments received during today's meeting will be distributed to the board and posted on the Gateway Program website after today's meeting. All public comments received will also be filed in the Commission's records.
Thank you, Mr. Caulfield. Turning to the action items, the first action item before the board today is a transfer of the role of Nepa project sponsor and federal grant recipient for the Hudson Tunnel project. Do any of the commissioners wish to comment on the action item, which is action item number 1, project sponsor transfer? Hearing no questions or comments, I make a motion to adopt the resolution. Is there a second?
I second. Valpreet Gray-Wilberg.
Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none, I move this motion to a vote. Mr. Caulfield, please call the roll.
Co-Chair Glenn,
Yes.
Co-Chair Gray-Wilberg,
Yes.
Vice Chair Kosha,
Yes.
Commissioner Barbas,
Yes.
Commissioner Bauer.
Yes.
The motion passes.
Thank you. The second action item before the board today is a delegation of authority to the CEO. Do any of the commissioners wish to comment on this item? Hearing none, I make a motion to adopt the resolution. Is there a second?
I second. This is Valpreet Gray-Wilberg.
Thank you. I move this motion to a vote. Mr. Caulfield, please call the roll.
Co-Chair Glenn,
Yes.
Co-Chair Graywall-Verk,
Yes.
Vice Chair Kosha,
Yes.
Commissioner Barbas,
Yes.
Commissioner Bauer.
Yes.
The motion passes.
Thank you. The third action item before the board today is a Gateway Development Commission interim operating budget for the remainder of fiscal year 2022. Do any of the commissioners wish to comment? I will only comment, and just to clarify, the fiscal year for GDC, please correct me, is in fact the calendar year, correct?
That's right.
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. So do any of the commissioners wish to comment? Hearing none, I make a motion to adopt the resolution. Is there a second?
Second, Jamie Barbas.
Thank you. Is there any further discussion? I move this motion to a vote. Mr. Caulfield, please call the roll.
Co-Chair Glenn,
Yes.
Co-Chair Graywall-Verk,
Yes.
Vice Chair Kosha,
Yes.
Commissioner Barbas,
Yes.
Commissioner Bauer.
Yes.
The motion passes.
Thank you. The fourth action item before the board today is the authorization of payment of fees for Build America Bureau. Do any of the commissioners wish to comment on this resolution? Hearing or seeing none, I make a motion to adopt the resolution. Is there a second?
Second, Jamie Barbas.
Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none, I move this motion to a vote. Mr. Caulfield, please call the roll.
Co-Chair Glenn,
Yes.
Co-Chair Graywall-Verk,
Yes.
Vice Chair Kosha,
Yes.
Commissioner Barbas,
Yes.
Commissioner Bauer.
Yes.
Motion
Thank you.
passes.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Caulfield. There is no need for an executive session at this meeting, and therefore, being no further business to conduct today, I'm happily going to make a motion to give everybody back many, many minutes in their day and thank everybody for their attendance. Is there a second to adjourn the meeting?
I second that, Valpreet Graywall-Verk.
Any discussion about adjourning? Hearing none. I move this motion to a vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Great. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody, for making the time today.